Hello and welcome back to the video. It is the end of August, which means it's time to talk about all the new games that came out in August that I played this month. I do this at the end of every month so I can keep a track for myself as we lead into Game of the Year conversations. I'm not in my normal place of recording today. I'm actually not at my house. So I found a good place to record. I found this cool cowboy painting where I'm at. I figured I couldn't not film in front of the cool cowboy painting with the overhead light, so that's what we're gonna film today. So yeah, Games of August. This was kind of a weird month for me. There wasn't like a really big release I was really looking forward to from August. I thought it was gonna be a lighter month. But because of that, I ended up playing like I think a larger number of games this month. So let's just start stepping through some of the August releases we played. So the first one I want to talk about, Drag X Drive, Drag and Drive, whatever you want to call it. Put out a full review of that video, or full review of that game on the channel. It is the mouse control game for the Switch 2, the wheelchair basketball game. I think the game is pretty fun. It is pretty hard to control and get used to the controls. Once you do, it's pretty intuitive. You move forward like this, move back like this, you shoot, pass, all that. I had a good time with it. I actually think I enjoyed it more when I was playing single player and just doing the challenges. There's like these time trial challenges and like high score challenges. I think those were more fun than playing the actual basketball game. When we're playing the basketball game, especially online, it really relies on like how good your teammates are, and if your teammates are, sharing the ball, passing the ball, stuff like that. And then when you're playing the single player against computers versions of the basketball game, it was all too easy just to like go right by the opponent and just go up for a dunk. And it was satisfying because you got lots of dunks, but I can't say that it was like super engaging all the time. The game's $20. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody who isn't specifically looking for a gimmicky mouse game. If you got the Switch 2 and you've really been wanting a mouse control game to play, I do think this is about as best you're going to get for now. I don't think the game is anything super special outside of its control scheme. It's actually pretty bare bones, but there's some challenges you complete. There's some cosmetics to unlock. And it's a fun game if you've got the right setup for it. Some people recommend playing on your legs, and I played on my desk, which maybe was more tiring because my arms were fully extended more, but I feel like a smooth surface is really important for this game because the controls can be pretty finicky, especially if you don't have a good surface to slide on. But yeah, Drag X Drive, $20. Maybe they'll add this to Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack one day down the line. I don't know. I think it would do well there, but I had fun with it for what I got out of it. Next game I played was called Sword of the Sea. This is a game from people who made, I believe, Abzu, The Pathless, some of the people that made Journey. This is, I played this through PlayStation Plus Extra. This is a kind of a vibes game. You are surfboarding on a sword, the Sword of the Sea. Game starts out, you're surfing through like a sandy desert, and basically the whole game is just you. There's no dialogue, no real story build up. It's just you get dropped in, you start surfing through these environments that are all dry and desolate and absent of life. And then you do something with the environment. You get to a little thing, you do a platforming challenge, you activate some sort of light, you bring something from here over to there, a number of small random things. And as you do that, that area will be like rejuvenated with life, like water will show up, fish will start flying around. It's just a very pretty game. It's a vibes game is what it is. It's got some relaxing music, fun gameplay. The surfboard is very easy to control, and it feels real good. It's got a good speed. You start off with a double jump. You can eventually just do some tricks because there's like half pipes around the place to do tricks. Nice, easy going. This is a game you could beat in a day if you wanted to. I beat it over the course of 3 sittings, but they're all 3 short sittings. You could probably beat this game in 3 or 4 hours. You could beat the game quicker. There's a challenge to beat it in under 2 hours, but my first playthrough was a little over 3 hours, I believe. So yeah, that's on, like I said, that's on PS Plus Extra. So if you have that available to you, check that out. I don't think you'll be disappointed in that. Next thing, this game kind of released this month. It previously released on Steam, but it finally came to the Switch. I played it on my Switch 2, and that's UFO 50. This game got released at the beginning of the month. This game is 50 50 games, not mini games or micro games. There are 50 full games within one package of games. And, you know, some games are just like shmups, you know, maybe a shorter experience. Maybe you could consider those to be mini games, but some are like full-on campaigns. There's like an RPG in there. I'm playing a turn-based game called, I think it's called Lords of Disconia. I've already had like 4 or 5 hours in that one game specifically in this collection of games. So that's what this game has been for me. I'm not sitting here playing each game in a row until I beat it. I've only played like 7 or 8 of the games so far. I'm trying to find something that sticks, and then I'm gonna dedicate some time into it and try to finish that one. Picking kind of at random, not really going after a particular genre or anything. I'm just picking a game title, clicking on it, going for it. This is the kind of game I'm not gonna beat in one, or you know, collection. I'm not gonna beat this all in one sitting or one, you know, month of playing. I think I'm gonna play this game over the course of like the next year, just checking it out here and there, trying a couple new games when I feel like it. But I've been enjoying it so far. The story of the game is you find a box of old games. They're all dusty, and these are from a made-up video game console from the 80s, you know, the Nintendo era, the NES era. And they're like, it's 50 games for a made-up console, and you're like re-experiencing them. And they have like in-world lore for like, you know, what that studio was doing and how this game came to be. And like they have like fake dates on them. Like it starts in like 1986, I believe, or 85, whatever it is. And it goes to like 1989 or something like that. And all the games have like, some of the games have sequels. Some are inspired by other games. They all got little like fun descriptions of like how these games came to be. And it's a really cool idea. A really neat thing that I'm glad exists because it's a lot of work. 50 different games. And I believe the game was like, I think UFO 50 was like $25. So I'm going to get my money out of it in the long run, no problem. Hopefully I will put like over 100 hours into this game when it's all said and done. Right now I've got like maybe 10 hours into it, but I've only tried like 8 of the games. But yeah, have a really good time with that. I'm kind of treating it almost like a new NSO app where I will just like pop in, try something, pop out, and just kind of when I feel like playing. So yeah, UFO 50, been really looking forward to coming to the Switch. It's finally there. I'm excited. Go check it out. But the last game, one I actually finished this morning, what probably is my August game of the month, is Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus Starcross World. It's a mouthful, but it's the Kirby Switch 2 update along with the Kirby expansion. So quick background, Kirby and the Forgotten Land was one of my favorite games from 2022 or whenever that came out, 2021, I can't remember when it came out. But whenever it did, it was one of my favorite games that year. It's a 3D Kirby adventure, kind of plays like what you'd expect like a Mario 3D World cross Kirby would play like. Really fun to explore the levels, fun little challenges, fun to check off boxes if you're like a completionist person like me. And this update is a performance update for the Switch 2, plus some new levels. So the new levels, basically, the Star-Crossed World part of it, you get, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 new levels. And all of these levels are remixes of existing levels in the game. So you're not getting entirely new levels. You're going to old areas. They're being remixed. They're at like a late to end game difficulty for the base game. The game's not super hard, but these are a little on the more challenging side compared to what most of the base game is. But it's more Kirby the Forgotten Land. There's great challenges that are a little more thought goes into them. You have to be really careful with how you explore the areas, make sure you get everything. The game looks super pretty now because it's very smooth, and these Star-Crossed Worlds levels, they have these, it's like meteors or stars, whatever's been crashing into the world, and has a very nice like blue vibe to everything, like blue starry things, bits scattered around all the levels, and it looks very pretty. And it was a good time. I just beat the last boss. I have not 100% of the game, or the DLC, so I'm sure there's like another super extra last boss when you do all that. But rolling the credits for the first time, that last boss was a really cool boss fight, decently challenging, but just really cool mechanics and a visual showpiece. Kirby's got some really fun last bosses, and Forgotten Land had great bosses throughout, and this is just another one of those great bosses. So this game's kind of weird. If you buy this Nintendo Switch 2 version, if you don't already have the game, it's going to run you $80, which I can't necessarily say like this is an $80 game for everybody. I really like it. I enjoy it. But if you already have the game, or if you can get it used, the Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade plus the DLC is $20. It's not very long, so be warned. It's not going to take you like 5-10 hours. It took me maybe 3 hours so far, 3-4 hours. It's a short expansion. Like I said, it's like 10 to 12 levels. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to 100% those levels. I'm going to try to get, there's a new challenge I can do once I've rolled the credits. I'm going to try to do all that. Maybe it'll unlock a new last boss. I'm hoping I can get around 5 hours of gameplay from this DLC when it's all said and done. But if you liked Kirby and you're kind of itching to go back to it, this would be a fun way to do it because it's got the better visuals, better performance, and the extra levels. So yeah, my August game of the month as of now is Kirby the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Star Crossed World. Games from this month that I haven't got around to yet. There are two in particular that I'm looking out for. There's one of them I have yet to buy, and that is, I think it's called Is This Seat Taken? It's like a logic puzzle game that was announced during the Nintendo Indie World Direct at the beginning of the month. It's on my wish list. I'm going to play it, just haven't pulled the trigger yet on it. And the other one I did buy, and I did play the demo for, but I've not started the full game, and that is Shinobi, I believe it's Shinobi Art of Vengeance or something like that, or yeah, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, I believe it's called. This game was on my radar. I played the demo. I really liked it. And then it got great reviews, but it like just came out like yesterday, and I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. I have it downloaded. I'm going to start it this weekend, but obviously I have not played it yet, so I can't really speak to it. But I'll talk about it next month. But as of right now, Kirby gets the August dub. Maybe Shinobi will take the August slot when it's all said and done, though. But yeah, that's all the August games I've played. As far as the other games I've played this month, here and there, that are not from August of 2025. I finally went back and I beat Dragon Quest III HD 2D. That was a game I had been kind of chipping away at slowly for a long time, and I finally put my foot down at the beginning of this month. And I went through that game. I beat it. I did all the end. I did some of the post-game content, not all the post-game content because there's a lot of it. But I beat the game. I really enjoyed it. It was a ton of fun. It is like the stereotypical JRPG because it's like the grandfather of JRPG. So there's a lot of like tropey stuff that you'd expect if you play a lot of these games. But I think it gets a pass because, you know, it's from like the 80s and it's what inspired a bunch of games in the future. And the HD 2D art I'm a sucker for, and it looked really good in this game. The Dragon Quest music is always so good, and the world and the characters, the way like the NPCs, you talk to them, it's also charming. Really excited for Dragon Quest HD 2D 1 and 2 to come out in a few months. They're turning this 1, 2, and 3 into more of a true trilogy. They set some seeds at the end of Dragon Quest 3, and they're like, go play 1 and 2 when it comes out. The story will make sense, or it'll like tie in more as you play those games. So I'm like, I'm buying into it. I'm gonna go play the 1 and 2 HD 2D remasters in a few months. But yeah, HD 2D Dragon Quest 3, super good. Check it out. And it got a free Nintendo Switch 2 update. So I had it on the Switch 1, and it was at like 30 frames and a little blurry. Now it's nice and crisp and plays at 60, and it was awesome. Other game, I 100%ed Donkey Kong Bonanza. So I went back and got all the Bonandium gems, did all the challenges, all the post-game stuff. I still love the game. I still maintain that it's like a 9 out of 10 for me. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not as good as something as like Mario Odyssey, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the game. I just think it didn't have as many big moments as I was hoping it would have. It has some big moments, for sure. A lot of the bosses were fun build-ups, and I really looked forward to the bosses. They didn't always stick the landing as far as like difficulty. They had good mechanics, but they were gone too fast. The levels I thought were fun, but a lot of times it's just bashing through walls and not as much platforming as I wanted. And then the challenging platforming, optional stuff that's like the true 3D platforming challenges, I didn't think quite tickled that itch as much as I wanted to. And the last challenge of the game, like, the true test of your skill, it didn't reach the heights of what I was wanting it to. It wasn't like the darker side of the moon of Mario Odyssey, for example. And maybe I'm doing the game a disservice comparing it to Odyssey the whole time, but that's what I wanted from this game because it had so much Odyssey flavor and feel that I was really hoping it would punch above its weight. Donkey Kong would really impress me. And like the game feels great to move. The character, it's probably the best feeling game of the year so far as the movement, but it just didn't quite live up to it. Live up to what I wanted, but still like a 9 out of 10 in my book. I still loved it. I'm being a little harsh on it, but. What else did I play this month? I started messing with some more NSO stuff. I was, we're doing a thing for the Generation Behind podcast this next episode. We're going to play some Genesis games through NSO. We all picked a game for each other. So Tyler and Craig, I can't remember who assigned what, but I'm playing, I think Tyler gave me Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Craig gave me Musha, which is a shmup. Mean Bean Machine's like a little puzzle game. And I gave myself, I'm going to play Phantasy Star 4. I played about 2 hours of Phantasy Star 4 so far. Enjoying it a decent bit, but I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on it. I'll save my thoughts for when I actually beat the game and talk about it on the podcast. But yeah, it was a fun month because I didn't really get super into one game. I played a lot of stuff, enjoyed a lot of stuff, but I'm kind of getting nervous for the end of this year. The last 4 months are going to be wild. I think I found in October there's like 11 games I want to play that come out that month, so I don't know how I'm going to manage that. Yeah, really looking forward to the rest of the year. I think August was another solid month of games for me, so that's all I got for today. I guess one more thing. I didn't mention, I am playing my Playdate more. I plan on putting out a Playdate Season 2 review once I finish playing through all those games. So maybe they'll come out in September, maybe it'll get pushed to October, but I am kind of working on like a Playdate Season 2 review for all those new games, but I'll talk about more of those in that video. But yeah, that's all I got for today, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next month for the September games, and I'm sure I'll put out several videos leading up to that, so hopefully we can get some good gaming in the next month. But thanks for watching, see you next time.